In 2015, when more than 1.3 million people headed to Europe, mostly fleeing a brutal war in Syria, the response of Germany's then-Chancellor, Angela Merkel, was to say, "Wir schaffen das," we can manage this, and open the country's borders. Less than a decade later, and faced with a flow of irregular arrivals less than 10% of what it was at the peak of the bloc's migration crisis, EU capitals are increasingly saying, "No, we can't," or perhaps more accurately, "We won't." Under intense political pressure from far-right parties in power in half a dozen member states and advancing with almost every election in others, governments are outdoing each other in introducing tough anti-immigration measures. Long seen as one of the bloc's most open members, Germany reintroduced checks on land borders to curb migration and protect against the acute dangers posed by Islamist terrorism and serious crime after a series of knife attacks in which the suspects were asylum seekers. It also introduced tightened asylum and residency laws, reduced welfare benefits for some refugees, and resumed deporting Afghan nationals to their homeland for the first time since the Taliban took power in 2021. Support came from Hungary's nativist government, which last month threatened to send a bus convoy of migrants to Brussels in protest against EU migration policies. "Welcome to the club," said the Prime Minister Viktor Orban. The Netherlands' new coalition, led by the far-right Anti-Immigration Freedom Party (PVV), did likewise. It last month promised the strictest admission rules in the EU, saying the country can no longer bear the influx of immigrants. The four-party government plans to freeze new asylum applications, provide only basic accommodation, limit family reunification visas, and accelerate forced returns. It also aims to declare an asylum crisis so it can take measures without MPs' approval. Once welcoming Sweden, whose minority right-wing coalition is propped up by the far-right Sweden Democrats, has this month proposed raising the amount it pays to people willing to return home from €880 to €30,000 each. Stockholm also has plans for a law obliging public sector workers to notify undocumented people to authorities, while Finland's coalition, which includes the far-right Finns, wants to ban undocumented people from accessing non-emergency healthcare. France's new right-wing government, led by far-right National Rally, RN, of Marine Le Pen, is also bent on a far tougher approach. What do you think about this change? Let us know in the comments below. Also, make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on post notifications.